Hey, Yori back, Big Bloods Barbecue. Dude, we got some lobster tails today. I had a few people, hey, how do you smoke a lobster? We're gonna show you. I'm not a lobster expert. I'm a fat guy that likes to eat, and so I eat lobster because it's good, right? There's a million ways to do these things. Like I always say, dude, it's America. You do what you want, you do you. I'm gonna show you a couple different ways to do them, and you run with it. So here's one way. So take your lobster tail, you got your lobster in there, and I'm just gonna cut with scissors right down each side and pull this out and take that lobster. So let me show you that way. Here's one way. Just run your scissors right down that edge and just, it's pretty quick. Cut right through there, boom. Cut right through there. You hear him squeal as I cut? There comes my dog Snack, freaked out. And then I just pull that out, pull that off. Try not to take your fins away. Throw that somewhere, okay? And then just reach back behind here with your finger, get underneath that little lip. We're just gonna pull him right out, and it'll slide right out unless you do it on film, and then it takes a little longer. No, there you go. So that just slides right out of there. Pull it right back, okay? I'm gonna take it all the way out of my shell, all right? And then I'll show you. So that's one way. Then I'm gonna dunk this in some butter, get it all seasoned up, and then I'm gonna put it back in the shell, kind of upside down for a little nice presentation. So that's one way. Another way to do it is just leave it in the shell how it is. Instead of last time we cut down this side and took that out, instead just go on the top. We're just gonna do a little double cut. That one's shell's already broke a little bit, but that's all right. And we're just gonna cut us a little alley right down the back. Don't cut through the tail, but to it. Come over here. Same thing, go underneath that meat. You don't want to get in your meat. And then cut a little alley there. Pull that shell out. And then we're going to pull that lobster out through that alley. It makes a nice presentation. I like this because I can butter it up a little bit better. I'll show you that. But this is good, good presentation. I'm just going to slide that shell up through there, that lobster. Pull it all the way out. Leave it connected. So I'm gonna pull that up through that back, and then we'll just put it on top of that shell. That kind of broke on me. That's all right. It's easier if you don't film and you just do it right. Anyway, so we'll lay that out. We'll put that on top, and then we'll have a nice little tail like that to present. So I'll show you a couple of ways. Let me wash up. We'll go through this butter. I'll show you how to do that, and we'll roll from there. All right, so we got those out of the shell a little bit. We've got a couple of cubes of butter here. And then you can add whatever kind of seasoning you like. Got a little Old Bay. We're gonna go a little bit of Cajun, a little bit of taste to that thing. So I'm gonna do about, I don't know, tablespoon and a half, about that much. And then I've got my old buddy here, the old Stinger, little Cajun. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of that, about right there. And then I got a little Kinder's, little seafood blend. Kind of like that. I did that on some yellowfin the other day and it was good. So we'll do a little of that. About a tablespoon the same. Like I said, I had 2 tablespoons or 2 cubes of butter. But you do however you want. You can put in more seasoning, less seasoning. This is pretty heavy seasoned, but they cook up pretty fast. So now I have those done. So now you just want to get as much flavor on those as you can. We're going to baste them a couple times while they're smoking too. But I like this because I can take this first one I did where I cut down the sides. I can take him out of the shell and I can just give him a little bath. So I can just season him up really nice, roll him around, and get him all sugared up. So there's a good little seasoning on that one. Then I'm gonna lay him back in, tail down, get him up to the front there so we get a little better presentation. The other present a little better, but this sure gets a lot of flavor. So I get him laid in like that. That's just how we're gonna smoke him. I'll give him another little brush down the back just to get a lot of our flavor on there, okay? And then these others, where we've kind of popped those up the top, we're just gonna lather those up the best we can. Same thing we wanna get on that back side. We'll pinch that shell together a little bit. You want to close that shell a little more, and then get him laid on top nice with a little nice presentation. I'll hit him again. You can put a little color on him if you want as you get done, or some green stuff if you like green stuff. I'm veggie intolerant, so I don't like to put green stuff on top of my food. I like to feed that stuff to my food and then eat my food. Same thing at the back side. And there you go. And then same thing, I'm gonna close that shell off, lay him on top of that shell, get everything kind of pinned in there. There you go. And then same thing, make sure I get that edge. And I've kind of made a mess and wasted a lot of butter, but dude, lobster's not cheap, butter is. So, okay, so there you go. So now, like I said, there's a million ways to do it. That's one way to do it. Cut down the side, you're kind of looking like that. Now we're gonna throw that smoker on at 350. They don't cook very long. I'm looking for the opaque, the texture and the color change in the lobster. And same with your tails. That tail's gonna go kind of a bright red as they get done. It's gonna take about 10, 12 minutes. Hard part with lobster, you get over done and it gets really chewy fast. So you got about a minute and a half window there to get it off. So I'm gonna throw it on at 350. We're gonna baste them a couple times and just kind of watch that color change, feel for texture, and we'll pull them off. Let's see in a minute. All right, smoker's up at 350. You see the difference? I like this because it's gonna rest down in that butter. So really don't saute that up. These are a little better presentation when they're up high on the shell like that. That's why we did a couple different kinds. We're gonna lay that right there. Lay that cat right next to him. And our little upside down buddy right there next to him. Okay, we're gonna roll 5 minutes and then we're gonna baste him a little bit. See you in 5 minutes. All right, they've been in 5 minutes. That temperature stayed right at 350. They should be rolling. Oh, look at that. They're starting to look nice already. I'm just gonna brush those a little bit. Get a little more seasoning on them. If you want more seasoning, go to the bottom of it. If you want more butter, stay at the top. There you go. So just try to add as much as you can to those. Now you can temp those. You want to temp those about 125, 130. I'm looking more just for the color. You see the orange changing there on that as they're cooking, and just more the texture and how it looks, more the temperature. But you can temp. You want to pull them off about 125, 130 with lobster. But just kind of look at how it feels and that color change as it gets opaque. We'll see in another 5 minutes. We'll test them. All right, so they've been on another 5, almost 6 minutes. Feel that texture. Yeah, see, they look done. They're squishing pretty nice. See all the color change there on those. I'll just tamp it just to. Oh yeah, see, you feel that going in. That's just nice and tender. 130 right on the money. 131. Yeah, they're good, dude. That back one's 129. Yeah, they feel good. They look good. Like I said, I don't want to go any longer because you break that temperature, you're going to start being in trouble. They get tough real fast. You want them done, or they're just a really gross flavor if they don't have a weird texture. But there's a couple different ways. Like I said, your presentation looks good up top. Now the presentation's probably not as nice upside down, but it really has sat and cooked in that butter sauce. So anyway, let's go inside. We'll cut them up, see how they taste. All right, look good, turned out good. You know, the kind of the poke tests are just a nice texture there. Poke that in, they look nice. Like I said, these present a little better. This one, I like the flavor because it kind of rests in all that seasoning in there. We're just gonna take a little hunk out of this one. Right there, you gotta have a little taste, right, before you get too crazy. Oh yeah, that cut nice. That's a good temperature. I think we did well. It's not overcooked, it's not rubbery, which lobster happens real fast. Butter's your friend, so throw it in there a little bit. That's terrible. You guys are gonna hate it. I'll go ahead and eat all three. I don't think you guys are gonna like this a bit. It's got a good kick, dude. That butter gave it a nice flavor. Good Cajun comes through. That's got a good flavor to it. I mean, it really does have a good kick. Picked up more flavor than I thought it would anyway. That's good. I like it. I'm gonna eat it. You can do you, cook it how you want. Keep hitting Big Lud's Barbecue. Subscribe to us. We'll see you next time.